Good morning YouTubians, it's Kermit's Ghost, and today I am going to, hang on, before I get going, are there any children watching? Okay, this is just for you. Do one. Go on, get off my channel. This is for adults only, this channel. No children allowed. You've been warned. If you're watching, it's your fault. Okay, that being said, this is going to be like a Blu-ray look at the Christmas films in my collection. And I'll tell you a bit about what I think of them. There's quite a few to get through, so let's get on with it. Well, nobody can accuse me of not putting the effort in, that's for sure. Okay, this looked like a good idea at the time. Starting to doubt my motives now. Okay, let's crack on. Let's crack on. This is itchy. Deck the Halls. Now, this is a really good Christmas film. Danny DeVito, Matthew Broderick. Danny DeVito moves into the neighborhood and he wants his house to be seen from space with the Christmas lights on top. Ooh, this is itchy. And it's really just about him really annoying Matthew Broderick and getting under his skin and winding him up and wearing him down at the same time. And Matthew Broderick trying to get one over on Danny DeVito by sort of sabotaging his display. Really good Christmassy film. And follow that one up with Arthur Christmas in 3D. Forget about the 3D. Arthur Christmas. Just if your kids ever have problems, you know, if they want an answer to how Santa gets around the world in a certain time, put this on. Answers all the questions. How does he get through the house? There's no chimney. Real good animation. And they got some good voice actors in there, including Hugh Laurie from House. This one, and a lot of people don't like Nicolas Cage. I love him. And this is a really good Christmas film. It's kind of like in the same sort of vein as It's a Wonderful Life, in so much as he's given a glimpse of an alternate life if he'd have stayed instead of going away, which happens at the start of the film, and if he would have married his sweetheart Tia Leone and had a family. Really, really good, heartwarming, great film. Now this film, oddly enough, I didn't like when I first saw it. I thought, oh, it's awful, but watched it a few times. And then it's really grown on me, and I love it now. I can't go for a Christmas without it. Jim Carrey's The Grinch. Well, it's not Jim Carrey. It's Dr. Seuss. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but it's Jim Carrey as the Grinch. Can you imagine someone putting all that on just for a video? That's ridiculous. But there you go. That's the Grinch. Everybody knows the story of the Grinch. He hates Christmas. Wants to go down to the town of Who, and was it Whoville? Or the people of Whoville, or whatever, or Who, and he wants to steal their Christmas and take all the decorations, all the presents, because his heart's too small, and there's a reason behind that. And yeah, it's a heartwarming film. It's very anti sort of Christmassy look, but then he gets to realise the true meaning of Christmas. Now let's go this way. This one I actually haven't seen yet. It's Daddy's Home 2. And it's set at Christmas. I'm going to watch it this Christmas. But it's one of the Christmas films I haven't got round to yet, so can't really say a lot about that. Almost Christmas. I watched this a few days ago. Paul Giamatti and Paul Rudd. It is a Christmas film per se, but not overly Christmas. It's more of a drama. Let's see, there's drama in here. There's horror. There's comedy. There's a little bit of action. And there's romance. But this film is a drama film. It's about two guys. One's just got out of prison. The other one is actually engaged to his wife, to the guy who's got out of prison. Anyway, they team up and they go across the border, even though he's on parole, he's not allowed. And they sell Christmas trees in like a parking lot. And they're in Canada. They go over to New York. And that's as Christmassy as it gets, so much as they're selling Christmas trees. You know, there's drama, but it's a slow burn. I really enjoyed it though. It's a good character study. Very good. Bad Moms 2 this is, and it's Bad Moms Christmas. And you get films like I'm going to say Grown Ups 2 that try too hard to be like the first one and ruin it. This one started off like that. It was going down the wrong route, and it wasn't very funny. But beard's killing me. But they bring it back, and it's a good film. Once you get past like the first half hour, it starts to gain momentum, and it's a good Christmas film. Now everybody knows these two. Billy Bob Thornton, possibly his best role, I would say. He's manic in this. It's really good. Billy Bob Thornton. Watch these. It's like the Queen's alternative speech. You know, it's the alternative Christmas film. It's Billy Bob Thornton at his best, and the young lad. I can't think what the young lad. Thurman, Merman the Thurman, or Thurman Merman. I can't remember his name, but he's really good in this as well. But that's Bad Santa 1 and 2. I've got quite a few to get through, so let's crack on. Elf. This was another one I didn't actually like at first. Grew on me. Again, I watch this every year, and it's Will Ferrell. I think this is Will Ferrell's best performance. James Caan is in this as well, and it's about a kid that creeps into Santa's bag. Naughty, very naughty. He'd been on the naughty list. Creeps into his bag, gets taken back to the North Pole. He grows up as an elf, but obviously he's like 6'4", whatever. And anyway, he goes to find his real father, who's an executive or something of a company in New York. He's like a book executive. You've got Peter Dinklage in this. Just the scene with him when he calls him a naughty elf. Very, very funny. Very, very good. I'll be back. It's Jingle All the Way. Oh, so many quotes in this film. Put that cookie down. And poor baby. Great Arnold Schwarzenegger film. And every parent will relate to this. I had this sort of thing with my children, with the Teletubby dolls, and the Buzz Lightyear figure, and Woody as well. It's about trying to get the most sought after toy for your child on Christmas, and Arnold nails it. Absolutely nails it. Possibly voted the most Christmassy film of all time. However, I love this film. I went and saw it at Christmas Eve a few years ago, and it was a really nice experience. I don't really consider this like full-on Christmas. You get full-on Christmas films like Home Alone, which we'll come to in a minute. But this one, it really deals with Christmas towards the end, and it is very powerful. This film, very powerful. Gets me every time. Eyes well up a little. Gets something in my eye at the end of this every time. And when a bell rings, an angel does get his wings. Stellar performances by all involved. James Stewart's fantastic. Donna Reed as his wife is amazing. Can't think who plays Clarence the angel, but Lionel Barrymore is Potter. He's brilliant in this as well. But great film, and that's the sort of film I could watch any time of the year, not just at Christmas. Let's go with these two next. Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2. Which is your favourite? Mine is Home Alone 1 for sure. I watched this about maybe 2 days ago. Just brilliant. Macaulay Culkin, what a little actor he was. In case you don't know the story, it's in the title really. The family, because Kevin's a naughty boy. He's a naughty boy. The family are going up. They're going on holiday to France. And he's naughty during the last meal before they go, so he gets sent up to the 3rd floor, and there's a power cut. Everybody's in a rush to get to the airport, and they leave him up there. They forget he's there. Anyway, he's home alone, and he defends his house from these two hapless burglars, Harry and Marv. Amazing. And the same thing happens second one, but he's in New York. While his parents are in Florida. Okay, let's go this way. The Grinch. Saw this recently as well. I've been sort of swatting up on my Christmas films. I don't know, it lacks something, just lacked something, I don't know. A little bit of oomph. Voices were good in that though. We'll go here. No, hang on, let's get these two out of the way. And I'm pretty sure everybody considers this as a Christmas film. I'm pretty sure the second one's set at Christmas as well. Pretty sure it is, at the airport. Pretty sure it's Christmas. Christmas Eve, yes it is. Christmas films. Now, do you consider these Christmas films or not? Christmas does move the story along. So the first one is a Christmas film. Second one, not so much, I think. But everybody loves Die Hard. Everybody loves Die Hard. Bruce Willis at his best in a Nakatomi Plaza, trying to get back to his wife on Christmas Eve. Goes to a party. He doesn't want to be at the party. He goes and takes his shoes off and tries to relax and get his mojo back together. And then terrorists arrive at the Nakatomi Plaza in New York. I think it's New York, and it all kicks off. And because he's not with the party at that particular point, he has to save the day. Good on you, Bruce Willis. You're on the good list. Okay, let's go. Let's do some of these Christmas Carol films. This is the who we got? Reginald Gwen Christmas. Now I love the Christmas Carol. I read it every year. In fact, I'm reading Christmas Carol 2, the Zombie Apocalypse, and it's so funny. It's not an official sequel to the book, obviously, but the Christmas Carol is a timeless story. It's a story of ghosts, and it's a story of time travel. I mean, how forward-thinking was that by Dickens? And this is told. It's the story of a man who's an absolute miser, and it's called into question his cheapness by four ghosts really. His old partner that died on Christmas Eve, he comes back to haunt him and tells him that he's going to be visited by three spirits. First one deals with the lead character Ebenezer Scrooge, who is the miser, deals with his past. The second ghost will deal with his present and how he's affecting people, and the third one is the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, and it deals with the consequence of his actions if he continues down that path. It's a story of redemption, and it's brilliantly told in each and every one of these. This is an import from America, this film. Reginald Gwen, fantastic. And then I have the Alistair Sims Scrooge as well. Some people consider this the best one. I can see where they're coming from. This is a brilliant retelling of the story as well. It's been told so many times over the years. Who else do I have? This is George C. Scott version. Brilliantly told. He plays it so well. Scott as Ebenezer Scrooge. Just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Recommend that one too. Go with this one. This is Jim Carrey. Now I do have a problem with this. The animation is beautiful. The added 3 dimensions is amazing. Can't fault that. However, there are a few characters that get on my nerves in this. The Ghost of Christmas Past, voiced by Jim Carrey, got the face of Jim Carrey, but he's got that candle thing going on where he's like, and it does get on my nerves a little bit. Yeah, it does get on my nerves a little bit when he's doing that with his face. What's his name? Colin Firth, yes. I don't know, I think his acting's a little bit wooden in this. Even though it's just doing a voiceover, he's very sort of, it's like he's reading it for the first time. I don't know. But the story, the animations out of this world. When he's blowing the thing to make the light, the candle, amazing. Lighting the thing. You know what I mean. Anyway, and then Disney got in on the act. That was a Disney film, by the way. Years ago with Mickey Mouse himself, and I love this film. Mickey's Christmas Carol. Christmas morning with Scrooge McDuck. Brilliant. I quote this film every Christmas. Wake up every Christmas morning. It's Christmas morning. Yes. Much to the annoyance of my family. Right, we'll go. I do have more Christmas carols, but we carry on in this direction. Dusty, that's what I was stroking. I wasn't stroking Tim Allen there. Tim Allen in The Santa Claus. Now, there's, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 of these, but this is the only one I like. Scott Calvin, who happens to have the same initials. Scott Calvin, played by Tim Allen, and he kills Santa. Spoiler, he kills Santa, he scares him, slips off the roof, dies. And then he picks up the card and it says, put on the suit, you'll know what to do. The reindeer will know what to do. Puts on the suit and he becomes Father Christmas. And that is the Santa Claus. The clause is on the card. It's a contract. So he turns, slowly but surely, turns into Father Christmas over the year. Puts on weight, gets the white hair and the beard, and gets all the list of the children, who's naughty, who's nice. And it's just a really nice... he's a divorced father, and his son is there while he does the transformation, you know, and witnesses that he is Father Christmas. Just really nice. What do we have next? Now, this one is set at Christmas. Not overly a Christmas film. There's snow, there's decorations in the house, so I'm going to have to show it. Shazam. And by the way, this is a great superhero film. Thoroughly enjoyed this one. It's a superhero story with a twist. What would you do if you had superpowers when you were a kid? Pretty much what he did, I'd imagine. Anyway, the snowman, staple of everybody's Christmas. Raymond Briggs, and actually this is set over Brighton. Some of it is set over Brighton. He flies over the pavilion, which is, I can actually see it if I looked over that way. I'm not going to look over that way. Lovely story of a boy with a friendship with a snowman. Surviving Christmas. Not the new release that's just come out that we didn't get a UK release, but this is the Ben Affleck, who is rich and he wants a Christmas experience, so he goes to, I'm sure it's his old house, and he hires the family that are living there to be his family for the Christmas period. And you've got James Gandolfini, Christina Applegate, and Catherine O'Hara. Catherine O'Hara, who was Kevin McAllister's mum in Home Alone, and she plays it brilliant. She's sort of very anti-Christmas, and James Gandolfini, what a grump, but it's very, very good. Recommend that one. While You Were Sleeping, Sandra Bullock. This to me is Sandra Bullock at her best. I love this film. It's a Christmas love story. Scrooge, and this is Albert Finney. Some great tunes in this. It's a musical. Thank you very much, and all that is it's just a great film. Great film. He plays Ebenezer brilliantly. I can't really choose between these Ebenezer Scrooge roles. They're all good. Well, I can choose, and I'll show you my favourite at the end. Sleepless in Seattle. Again, one of those. It's not overly Christmas, but it is set at Christmas with what's her name? Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan. There's a great scene. There's a scene in it I really like, is when she's driving home listening to the radio. I like that because quite often I do a long journey round about Christmas, one place or another, and I know the feeling when you're driving home at night, no one on the roads except for you, and you listen to the radio. I relate to that. And it's a love story. Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, when they were doing lots of love stories together, set over Christmas period. Very nice. Very, very nice. Santa Claus. This is sealed, but I've seen this a dozen times. Dudley Moore as the elf who is a bit disgruntled because he sort of passed over for bigger jobs, and he decides he wants to go and work on his own. But anyway, he gets in tow with a corporate nut job played by Jonathan Lithgow, who wants to make toys on the cheap, and they're shoddy and they fall apart, and Santa's got to save the day. Great film. Let's go this way. Krampus. Now, I only saw this about a week or so ago, and I didn't think I would like a horror Christmas film, but this, even though it's not scary at all, it's more like a Jim Henson Puppets. This is a brilliant Christmas film. I cannot recommend it enough. The start, I love the start. It's almost like Christmas Vacation, Chevy Chase's Christmas Vacation, where the family come to stay and they're like absolute nightmares, but stick with it. I mean stick with it then, because that's a good start. It's a really good start. But it turns into a horror film sort of halfway through, and it is very, very good. It's the story of Krampus, who's like Santa's evil shadow. You make a wish, like you want your family to be gone, or you just want Christmas to be over. The Krampus comes, leaves you a little bell, and it's that cover there. That's a good little twist at the end. I thought I like that. Like it a lot. This one I don't recall what it's about. Holiday Inn. Oh yes, this is the one with Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire, Irving Berlin's Holiday Inn, where they only open this hotel over the Christmas period. Now that wouldn't work. That's bad management right there. And it has White Christmas in this as well. So two films of White Christmas. You've got White Christmas and The Holiday Inn. Bing Crosby, he loved that song. The Holiday. Yes, The Holidays. Move that over. And that one back. There. Yeah, this is a house swap over the Christmas holidays. A girl from like LA comes to, I don't know where, Surrey, I guess it would be, in England, and the girl from Surrey, I'm guessing it's Surrey, it might not be, she goes over to live in LA for like a week or two, and they swapped houses. The one in Surrey is like a little picture postcard country cottage, the snowy scene, looks lovely. I'd live there, lovely. And the one in LA is like very modern swimming pool, home theatre. I did there too. And when they swap lives, because they're having troubles in relationships, this is why they do it. That's the motivation. They find new love, and it's about finding new love and new friends, and just all getting together for the holidays. And it's really nice. It's a lovely feel-good film. You've got Cameron Diaz, Jude Law, Jack Black, and Kate Winslet. Really good. Recommend that one. Nice cameo for Dustin Hoffman in there. Gremlins. Yes, this is a Christmas film. It's set at Christmas. In fact, Mowgli there. Is it Mowgli? That's what they call him, isn't it? Mowgli. Is that the one out of Bloody Jungle Book? The little gremlin, baby gremlin. He is a Christmas present, and that's the start of the film. The father is in like Chinatown, buys his Christmas present, and he gets the warning: don't feed it after midnight, don't get water near it, you know, bright lights, that sort of stuff. And within the first night, all the rules are broken, and hell is to pay. Really nice film. Very nice Christmassy film. If you like Gremlins, trying to carve you up. 4 Christmases. Now this is a story of a relationship between Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn, and they're going to see their respective parents, who are now all divorced. So they're spending 4 Christmases, his mum and then his dad and then her mum and her dad. That's about it really, and it's all about these dysfunctional families. You got Happy there from Iron Man, and John Favreau if you prefer, and it's all about relationships. Quite a nice Christmas film. Have I got that film in there? Did I forget to put it in? Meet Me in St. Louis. Again, not overly Christmas. There are some Christmas scenes in this when the child smashes up the snowman, naughty girl, and you have that "Have Yourself a Very Merry Christmas," that song. Judy Garland, love Judy Garland. Whew. Got to get on with this. Merry Christmas. Now this also has a title of Jour Noël, and it's, if you're going to get this, I got it on a German release. If you're going to get and see this film, get it on DVD. The picture quality on this is beautiful, but unless you can speak fluent German, You won't want this because when they speak German, the only subtitles that come up are in German. So, and a lot of the film is in German because obviously it's a story of the war. Well, it's not obviously, but it is the story of the war, World War One, where they had the ceasefire on Christmas Eve to play football in the middle. It's that one. It's been covered 100 times by adverts and stuff. But and the Pipes of Peace by Paul McCartney. This is the story. It's a beautiful story, and but you need the DVD of this. It's very, very good. This is one I have not seen. I'm putting this off because I'm not going to get any more films from Robin Williams, and I may watch this year. Merry Friggin' Christmas. Yeah, I'm going to have to get around to watching this because I've not watched a new Robin Williams film in a couple of years now. So, Merry Friggin' Christmas. Christmas Kiss. Now, this is a German release, plays fine in UK players. It's the story of a girl who is she's an interior decorator, or like an apprentice, and she goes to decorate this man's house at Christmas. He's into the Christmas Carol, that's his favourite book, and he's engaged to someone who's not a very nice person, and obviously the interior decorator and the guy who she's working for, they fall in love. It's one of those. I think this was a TV movie, I'm sure it is, and there is a sequel to this, but I saw this on TV, loved it, and thought I'm going to pick that up. I am a sucker for Christmas films. Christmas in Connecticut. This is a great film. I watched this a couple of afternoons ago. I think Monday afternoon. Yes, Barbara Stanwyck, her from 40 Guns and other things. She's a good actress. It's a story of, she is like we'll start at the beginning. There's a guy he was torpedoed in World War II, and he's in a hospital bed, and nurse wants to help him out, and he says he's not had like a family Christmas. So, God, this is itchy. He's not had a family Christmas, so she writes to a newspaper, and the guy who runs the newspaper, one of his reporters, or not reporters, or columnists. She's supposed to live in a countryside, married with a kid, and a fantastic cook. So he sort of invites this soldier to come stay with her for Christmas, her and her husband. In reality, she can't cook a thing. She has a private cook. And she does his recipes in the paper. She doesn't live in the country. She isn't married, and she doesn't have a baby either. So she's living in like New York in an apartment with, she's got a fur coat and whatnot. But anyway, she goes along with it, not by choice, like she tries to get out of it. But so she has all this fake setup going in the country with this bloke who wants to marry her. But when the soldier turns up at the house for the Christmas, she actually falls in love with him, and it's like a farce. It's just so funny, so funny. Christmas Story. Little boy, he wants a BB gun for Christmas, a Red Ryder 200 shot caliber action air rifle, and everybody's saying you'll shoot someone's eye out with that, and it's the narration in this is so funny. It's just fantastic. I think it was filmed in the 80s, but it's got that 50s feel about it because it's sort of set 50, I think 40s, 50s. It's just so nice, and the leg lamp the father has, oh God, and the poor mother in this, brilliant story, love it, absolutely love it. Right, okay, we'll go, what we got here? We go this way because there's a few I want to get through down the bottom first. Okay, there's two more I haven't seen, so we get them out of the way first. Pete's Christmas, not seen this. I know it's like a Groundhog Day till he gets the perfect Christmas. I've seen bits of it, but I've not seen all of it. I caught it on the TV last year, bits of it, and I thought it does look good, so I need to get around to watching that. That's Pete's Christmas. And the other one I haven't seen, I think this was from the Poundland. It's a Christmas Star, and I picked this up because it has, can't even see, it has some people in it. but it has someone whom I know. Ooh, it says Kylie Minogue in it. That's not why I picked it up though. I can't even see who's in it because I have these Santa glasses on. But there you go. Christmas start. All the best I have seen. We'll go here first. Just Friends. This is such a funny Ryan Reynolds film. Not big fan of Ryan Reynolds, to be fair, but he's great in this. It's a really good film. Very, very good film. Not doing it justice there. I'll Be Home for Christmas is a Disney Club exclusive, and it's about the boy who's hazed and left in the desert, and he has to get back to celebrate Christmas. And it's got Jessica Biel in it. Fantastic film. Very, very Christmassy. Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Great Christmas film. Let's go this one next. Actually, I'm going to go with this one. Now, as I included Die Hard in this, I had to include Lethal Weapon, just the first one, Lethal Weapon 1, because technically the first one is set at Christmas, and there's the opening scene with Mel Gibson is in a Christmas tree lot when he's running through and he's chasing bad guys. So I thought I'd pop that one in there. Lethal Weapon, because everybody mentions Die Hard. I thought I'd chuck that in as well. Love Actually, great film, absolutely amazing cast in this. You've got Hugh Grant, Liam Neeson, Colin Firth, he's good in this. Laura Linney, Emma Thompson, Anna Rickman, Keira Knightley, Martina McCutcheon, Bill Nighy, Rowan Atkinson, amongst others. You've got Bill Nighy, who's this washed-up singer, and gosh, it's itching me like mad, this beard. He's a washed-up singer, and he has his Christmas song, Love Is All Around Me, Christmas Is All Around Me. Oh God, it's awful. And actually, that's been released as a Christmas song because I hear it on radio every bloody year. You've got Hugh Grant, who's the Prime Minister of the UK. He's in love with Martina McCutcheon, and Alan Rickman is married to Emma Thompson, even though he's like trying to be unfaithful. But have you seen that Secretary? Anyway, Liam Neeson is in this as well. As I said, Colin Firth is in love with the housemaid, the Spanish housemaid, where he goes away to write his book. Keira Knightley. Now she's married. I don't. Chiwetel Ejiofor, I think, is her husband. But his best friend, played by Andrew Lincoln, who's in Walking Dead as Rick, or used to be in Walking Dead, he's in love with Keira Knightley, and rightly so. And but it's all these stories that intertwine and overlap. Just a great Christmas feeling about the film. I'm going to watch that film tonight, I think. Als Jahre weiter, Weihnachten mit den Coopers. Christmas with the Coopers. It's not overly Christmas. I was a bit disappointed with this one, if I'm honest. You've got a good cast. You've got Alan Arkin in this, John Goodman, Ed Helms, Amanda Seyfried, Olivia Wilde, Marissa Tomei, but it's lacking something, and it's Christmas with a dysfunctional family. Again, one of those. It's good, but it's a little bit disappointing in places. This was a surprise. Office Christmas Party. Really enjoyed this one. The party is just out of control. You've got Jason Bateman, who's kind of forced into this party. Jennifer Aniston is the boss, who tells them they're not to have this party. TJ Miller, he makes this film very, very funny. Kate McKinnon, who was in Yesterday, and yeah, just a great Christmas party film. Whew, getting there. Let's go this way next. We'll do this one because this, to me, you know, I don't know. Is it a Christmas film? Is it a Halloween film? You can decide. I think it's a Christmas film purely because Christmas is in the title. It doesn't say Halloween, although it says Nightmare. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Kind of leading towards Halloween, but it's Jack Skellington, who lives in runs, shall I say, Christmas Town. He runs Halloween Town. He comes across a door in the forest, opens it up, and it leads him into Christmas Town. And he wants, because he's bored of Halloween, he wants to be the new owner of Christmas Town, or bring Christmas Town to Halloween Land. But they don't want it. They don't see what he saw, so they sort of they try to turn it into just a Halloween thing in Halloween Town, obviously. But it's very, very good. Great animation, and it's a Tim Burton film, and the 3D is very good as well. The Night Before, and this is about 3 guys on the night out, and you got Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, and Anthony Mackie, and again it's heading towards a party, and it's just about their exploits, their traditions as well. They go out this night every year. I think it's Christmas Eve every year as a reunion, and sort of spend the evening together, bitching and moaning and just drinking and having fun, and they all end up in a great party, and it's better than I thought. Seth Rogen makes that film. Christmas Time in New York. I think this is called just Christmas Eve or something in the US. Patrick Stewart, but it's one of those stories where there's like a dozen different characters and their stories all overlap, intermingle. You got Patrick Stewart there, who's kind of like a miser, or like a businessman who's not very pleasant at all, and he gets trapped up in an elevator or lift or escalator, whatever you want to call it, on the side of a building, freezing cold because there's been a big power outlet because of a van crashes, and one of the people in the stories, van crashes, and he's trapped in there with these electrical wires. But there's all these stories overlapping. Good film. Okay, these 3 films, and they get worse in dissension. So you got the best, which is Nativity. Great. The stories in this, absolutely, the songs in this are brilliant. School kids, a lot of improvisation, a lot of improv in this. Martin Freeman, Mark Wootton, who you wouldn't let near your kids, Mark Wootton. Alan Carr's in this, Pam Ferris, Ricky Tomlinson, a lot of English actors, I grant you, so if you're living abroad, you probably wouldn't know any of those. Very, very Christmassy, all about the nativity. I'll give you a quick over there story. Martin Freeman is a teacher. His love of his life has left, and she's gone to live in Hollywood. He thinks to be a producer, but in actual fact she's just like a secretary or something. He brags because his life's on a downward spiral. He brags to somebody that Hollywood are coming to town to film his nativity that he's putting on. Gets out of control. He has to go to Hollywood to try and beg her to bring the film crews over, and it's very, very funny. And then you got Nativity 2, which has got Tennant, what's his name? David Tennant, playing twins, an evil twin, and well, not an evil twin, but just like a stuck-up twin. And Mark Wootton's in this again, a nightmare. Still wouldn't let them near your kids. And the third one, which I have not seen yet, has got Martin Clunes in it. So that's those 3. Woo, we are getting there. Let's go this way next. A film I don't particularly like, and I watch nearly every year. Not every year, but nearly every year. And I desperately want to enjoy this, but I just can't get into it. It's The Polar Express, and I recently bought it in 3D to see if that would help with my enjoying it. But I've not seen it in 3D yet. Tom Hanks, full CGI all the way through the story. Apparently it's a very popular book in America, but in the UK we don't have that book, so maybe now they do, but I don't know. But it's Polar Express. We will go Get Santa. I watched this recently, about 3 or 4 days ago. It's just really good Christmas film. You will believe that Jim Broadbent is Santa Claus if you watch that. Right, there's 5 more to go, and we'll start with these 2. Miracle on 34th Street, the original, and the remake. Let's start with the original first. Maureen O'Hara, John Payne, Edmund Gwenn as Santa, and it's a lovely story. And the remake, I'm trying to decide there which one I prefer. I don't know. Consequently, this is playing in the background in Home Alone on the TV when he's in the kitchen. It's a great film. Let me put that one down. Show you this one. This one has Richard Attenborough as Father Christmas. You got Elizabeth Perkins, who was in Big as well, and there's a scene in this when she's standing looking over the balcony. It's like an homage to Big. Just thought I'd chuck that in there. Dylan McDermott as her love interest. J.T. Walsh as a solicitor. James Remar, he must be the judge. Now the story, Mara Wilson as a little girl. Getting out of the way, he is Santa Claus, and he's declaring that he is Santa Claus, and he has to go to court to prove that he is what people are trying to prove that he's not. It's a court case drama and a love interest at the same time, because he's trying to help this couple that are in love but fighting it, and you've got a little girl there who's trying to reinstall her faith in Father Christmas. Very, very good. Can't recommend that one enough. We have 3 to go. We will go with this one first. The Muppets Christmas Carol. Now I did have a big DVD collection, and I've got the Patrick Stewart version of Christmas Carol. Love that. And the Kelsey Grammer Christmas Carol. Love that too. This one, I'm going to have to say this one is my favourite adaptation of the Christmas Carol. It's just a great adaptation of it. The songs are very catchy. Every song, it's played serious. There are some comedy elements in this, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful. This is an Australian import. It does come as, you can get this in a set in the UK with like all the Muppet film, or most of the Muppet films. But this, you've got Cratchit is played by Kermit the Frog. You've got the whole thing is narrated with Rizzo the Rat and Gonzo as Charles Dickens, and you've got Ebenezer Scrooge played brilliantly by Michael Caine, and it's just really heartwarming and perfection. 2 more to show you. The Man Who Invented Christmas. Now this is Dan Stevens as Charles Dickens, and this is set whilst he's writing A Christmas Carol. So, and where he gets his inspirations from is like home life, and the characters, as he's writing the characters, they actually come to life in his head and sort of manifest themselves in front of just him. So you've got Scrooge there egging him on, and you've got like Cratchit and all these other characters on the Christmas Carol, and he's trying to write this book, and he's got distractions, and it's just another lovely warm Christmas film. And you can see that there's Christopher Plummer plays Ebenezer Scrooge, and you've got the 3 ghosts there, and it's all about the illustrating of the story and how it came to be. It's brilliant. And now, ladies and jelly spoons, I will end on a fantastic Christmas film. I'd be surprised if you have kept track and have lasted this long, and I appreciate it. And did you know this was the last one on the list? Purely by chance, so in no particular order that I like these films. But this is such a classic. I can relate to this film because I have a very large family. My wife has a very large family, and relatives do impose Christmas. And he lives it to the full. It's Chevy Chase and old Sparky there, and you've got a young the guy Johnny Galactic from Big Bang Theory as his son, Juliette Lewis as his daughter, and Beverly D'Angelo, I think she turned 70 and she was 69 a couple of weeks ago. Just, I'd say a regular family, although he's a little bit haphazard, and they just want a nice Christmas, and then his family turn up, and a bit of her family too. All the in-laws turn up, and his brother, shitter's full. It's just how they deal with trying to keep sanity going through Christmas with all these reject family members. His brother, played brilliantly by Randy Quaid, he turns out this big RV and he's pumping a chemical toilet into his drain. You got the in-laws who don't want to be there. They just moan the whole time, but they want the best, and he's just trying to get through it. It's just Christmas on a plate, this is. And the dog running through, the squirrel in the tree, the father-in-law that lights a cigar and blows up the tree, the cat that chews through the wires and electrocutes itself. It's just full of amazing little stories going on during this this family stay. When he's on the sled and he shoots off, just everything about it, just amazing. Watch it. If you only watch one Christmas film this year, watch this one. If you've got a big family, if you've not got a big family, you're going to enjoy this. If you've got a big family, you're going to relate to it, I can tell you that much. Anyway, that was my Christmas collection, and I will end by saying, as Tiny Tim observed, God bless us, everyone. Have a Merry Christmas.